Hello everyone. Welcome to the demo of PolicySync, an AI-powered medical benefit drug policy intelligence. We are Team Ruby and we are targeting the tracks Antonarix challenge and the MLH track for Auth0. The problem: medical benefit drugs like biologics, cancer drugs, infusibles have no standardized formulary. Every payer writes its own policy in its own format. Policy intelligence is still largely manual. Teams spend hours reading long payer PDFs, comparing policy language across insurers, and trying not to miss small changes that can impact access, compliance, and contracting decisions. We wanted to turn that process from document hunting into some kind of a decision ready intelligence, which is faster and saves a lot of money. Our solution: we approached this as a three connected problem. First, ingestion. A single LLM prompt across all payer formats fails. We tried it. So we built a 6 payer specific AI agents, and we use small to big RAG with contextual retrieval pattern, which um, chunks and carries clinical meaning of data and not just the raw words. Second is the trust. When AI outputs drive $1 million rebate decisions, you can't just trust the model, right? Every extraction goes through a 4 layer evaluator. Even after passing, a human admin must approve. So this is where the Auth0 comes into picture. We have two roles for this. One is the admin and the analyst. So the admin has the power of approving or rejecting the AI approved changes in the policies. Third is the intelligence. Natural language question and answer with citations is our MVP for the analysts. Second, we have the cross payer comparison side by side, and then we have also the change tracking feature that tells you Monday morning something changed, and whether whatever the changes to the policy for a drug happened affects your contracts or not. So the analysts can get a proper comparison view of the before and after. Coming to the MLH track, we are using Auth0 as the identity and governance layer. Every user authenticates through Auth0, and we have role-based access control, that is the admins and the viewers or the analyst. Then we have the service to service layer, where the next layer calls fast API through an authenticated API secret. So this pipeline never runs without a verified caller. So the saying is AI proposes, the evaluator scores, the human decides, the audit trail records everything. Let us show you this live. Okay. Yes. Welcome to the demo. We have two flows to demo. One is the analyst and the admin. So I'm going over to the analyst. So we are using Auth0 for authentication. So the Auth0 takes care of all the authentication hassle, and we need not configure any extra steps apart from giving the usernames in the Auth0 dashboard. So yeah, now I'm authenticated as analyst, and this is my main Q&A chat bot for the analyst, and I can ask any questions related to only the 6 payers that we have available right now. So I am asking, does Cigna require therapy for this drug in RA? And it goes through this, goes through the extracted vector data, and then it provides a comprehensive solution. Next, I can ask, what are the prior auth criteria for this drug. And it is going to also cite the full source from where it took the information from, as well as the policy details. So here are some tags that may help the analyst analyze whether uh, it was a preferred or whether it was not covered in terms of United Healthcare. And yeah, and there is also a out of the box questions like what would uh, what would the bot do if I ask something out of the box. So let me say, what is the capital of India? And I get, so it says there is no relevant policies found. So we have added this kind of evaluation for the response where we identify the confidence level. So if the confidence level is with which we get from the response is less than threshold for low confidence, we mention this warning so that we are being transparent to the user, saying here is the response, but I'm not sure whether the response is what you are looking for. So just verify with the source. So this is what um, the main evaluation or validation strategies we have. So coming to the compare policies, we have, so I can choose a drug and click on search. And for now, for the current payers, I see that um, okay, I'll just choose maximum three drugs for comparison. And as you can see, we have, so from Florida Blue, I can see we have two kinds of policies, and even that is clearly mentioned in the comparison. And as an analyst, I think these are the important things to note. And from this information, the analyst can quickly uh, make a just about the latest changes in these policies with regard to the drug. So this is about the compare policies and coming to recent updates. So earlier, as I told, we do have the policy changes feature implemented. So here it's in the table for the analyst, it just says, so for this pair, there were like 5 changes in the clinical coverage area, and this was the drug. And if I click on full history, we get all the fields related to that particular um, drug and the policy. And yes. So this is a mock data that we have seeded for this purpose, because the pairs that we have, the documents we have from the real pairs, we do not have any policy changes right now. So we are using the mock data to show how it would look like. But our mock data has gone through all the extraction, all the ingestion, extraction, embedding, evaluation, and again validation checks. So yeah, this is this is it. And we also have we have the chat also account for memory. So it's not like each chat is not independent of each other. It does carry memory, but we have configured the memory amount of tokens that it needs to have for the memory, as we are working on limited API key. So yeah, keeping that in mind, we have configured the memory, which can be clearly scaled later on. So I have an option to clear conversation and start a new one as well. Okay, now I'm going to sign out and I'm going to show the admin view. So here is the admin view. So basically the admin has these monitoring features where he can So the main thing is the admin can control when to fetch from the documents. So we have a cron job yeah, implemented, which will run about like 24 hours once, and it will fetch all the latest documents from all the sources, all the payers. And yeah, so all the changes that after running the cron job will be coming over here. So apart from the four LLM as a judge architecture that we have right now, four evaluation steps are taken care. Apart from that, we do have the pending review and eval field. So this AI extraction review for an admin. So after the AI gets the changes, the human gets to see whether it is fit for getting published for an analyst to review or not. So this is the feature. And here is the latest review that got approved. So again, this is a mock data, as the real payers don't have any latest changes. So this is a mock data. After the admin review approves the rules that were extracted by the AI, we get to see the policy changes. So before and after of the policy for that particular drug. So this is the policy changes. And again, the iSearch for admin, it is the same as I have explained for the analyst. It is the same flow. So yeah, thank you. This is our demo.